Dunc Holder on Sports 1280 New Orleans.
In about 15 minutes, we'll talk with Blake Dean, UNO baseball coach. Talking a lot of college sports today. We'll jump back into the Pelicans conversation as they thump the Lakers. We'll talk that in hour number 2. You'll hear from Alvin Gentry, his thoughts on the win, on the play of Darius Millo, Nico Mirotic, and, of course, his thoughts on where the team stands heading into the All-Star break. But yeah, I'm going to take a minute or two.
We got a rant coming?
Okay.
No, so I've been
like some kind of road rage situation?
No road rage, because it's a beautiful day, and I've been putting out my grades for the 2017 season, individual player grades. I've gotten through my 7th position group. The running backs grades just got published on NOLA.com, and easy 2 grades, 2 easy A's. Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara.
Okay.
1 easy F.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Adrian Peterson.
Why you gotta
F.
hate? Why you gotta hate on AP?
F.
I don't think we need the breaking news sound.
I think it is breaking news.
Fine.
Sound like an anvil.
Who
clang.
would ever, on a football beat, give Adrian Peterson an F? This guy. F. For
Why?
Adrian
What
Peterson.
was your reasoning for the F?
No production. Terrible acquisition.
It's not his fault though.
That he's not a better player.
Well, no, it's not his fault that he was acquired.
Yes, it was. He signed the contract.
Wow. I mean,
He didn't get traded.
You can't give him an F for signing a contract. He wants money. He wants to get paid.
He could have gone to a situation.
Clearly, he wanted to play. I mean, he thought he'd play here. It's not his fault that he wasn't used correctly, nor
Used
was it-
correctly? What?
or used at all.
He was. That's correct. That he shouldn't have been used at all. That's the correct move.
Okay.
So
Here's-
Adrian Peterson, F. I've only given 2 Fs. My grades obviously were good this year.
I would hope
for
so
many
after
players.
a
Glad I'm not
winning
in
season.
Mr.
division.
Holder's class.
2
I know, right?
Fs.
Tough grade.
I've given 2 Fs. I probably will give a 3rd by the time I'm done with my position groups. I'll just say I've got tight end, wide receiver, and offensive line. 1 F is out there for sure. 1 more F.
You've got tight end,
Wide receiver, and offensive line.
and he's already given out an F. That F being to Devontae Harris.
I've given Devontae Harris an F.
Because again, just why? I mean,
Why?
see, Jeff's like,
No, I mean,
I think
He was terrible.
undrafted free agent though. I mean, he's just a.
In his second year,
Thrust, I'm the Clyde's train over here.
What?
I can't believe I just said that. But like he was thrust into a position to fail.
to fail, what?
Coaches-
To actually play?
Coaches put him in the position to fail.
Yeah, a position to fail, meaning he actually had to play. Position to fail.
Maybe not.
If
Maybe.
he's in a position to fail that he's not good enough, and he gets out there and he totally bombs out and's got to be yanked, F.
All right, I go along with Harris more than Peterson. Peterson seems a little harsh. He didn't really do a whole lot. Either way.
Exactly, F.
Right, but he was the 3rd running back.
He should have never been acquired.
But if he's
Well,
not,
I agree with that.
Should have never been
I
acquired.
think you can agree with that. But like, I think the idea of giving him an F, knowing full well that he at least went on. Okay, he at least went on to have somewhat of a productive. Because I feel like the F is so harsh. It's just such a harsh grade. I mean, you could give him. I can understand a D, maybe like a
D.
C.
He averaged
minus.
3 yards a carry, no touchdowns.
Okay. Clearly, and of course in the story
got
that went
tossed,
before,
traded, gone, see ya.
because I mean, obviously, he had to cut that bait, man. I mean, he had to cut that bait, and he wanted to play.
Because he wasn't any good.
So,
If he was good, he would have played. Wasn't any good.
but how can you say that?
Well, he
also
went to
at the same
Arizona and
time-
ran for like 150 yards or something. His
For
first
one game.
Well, I'm just saying.
And then left, and now he's going to be gone from there,
But
too.
he had to deal with the fact that and of course to the story that we put out first, which was obviously having one of the most productive seasons by 2 running backs for the Saints, bar none, in NFL history, in Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram. I mean, you didn't know you had that early, and then you also, the same concern that you had, I think, going into the season, as you had a couple of other seasons.
Yeah, you didn't know you had that early because you were clouded by Mr. F, Adrian Peterson, and then when you get the the kid who's cutting up or doing whatever, hey, he's out. I'm not saying Adrian Peterson was cutting up. It's just an analogy.
Just an analogy. That's
you
it.
got rid of the curve buster, then everyone can go well.
I also think that it was a very fortuitous season that obviously no one got hurt. Alvin Kamara didn't get hurt. Mark Ingram didn't have an injury that precluded him from playing in multiple games. And that's always a concern. If you have someone like an Adrian Peterson, though, in your stable, and I understand all the stuff, obviously the Minnesota game, the stare down, all that kind of stuff. But
Stare down.
all that craziness.
The now infamous stare down.
Yeah, among all the other things that happened with Sean Payton the rest of the season. But
I know that is such a drop in the bucket. Actually,
yeah.
I got a tweet from our good buddy who's a regular. He's in the media and he's a Saints fanatic. He tweets me, the man's tweets me, I forgot he was even a Saint. One NFL season is made up of multiple lifetimes.
That's fair.
Forgotten, F. See ya.
I'll be curious. I think I know who your next F is going to be, and I think that's probably
fair.
Deserved, yeah.
Fair F.
There's only one person that could possibly.
Yeah,
be.
and we won't spoil that so that we can let it go. But I mean, if you could go through the rest of the grades and groups that we haven't gone through yet, you can pretty easily know who's probably going to get that grade.
Now, some others will probably give others an F, and maybe the tight end group. I think harsh fans would give someone an F just because they don't like a certain tight end.
That's crazy though. You can't give him an F.
I agree.
And his name starts with, and his last name starts with an F.
Right.
Isn't it weird how people here either embrace or, certain people like Kobe Fleener. If you ever talk to Kobe Fleener, he's a good guy. His teammates like him. I mean, there's nothing that would drive you to not like the human being, but yet for some reason people don't like him.
Drew Brees was. It took a while for him to actually say some overly positive things about Kobe Fleener. And I don't know if he ever did.
But he's not like a bad human being.
He's not a bad
and he
human
doesn't
being.
get in trouble. He's out there playing through concussions and stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird how finicky fandom is with certain players. And certain players they embrace. Look at Mark Ingram.
Members.
Mark Ingram, I mean, has still to this day, I think, had trouble getting the New Orleans fan base to warm up to him, whereas Alvin Kamara, everybody's in love with this kid.
Almost wanted to give Ingram an A+. He would have had to have been top 2 for me to give him an A+ in rushing, even though he was second in scoring.
30 seconds.
I think, look, doesn't matter.
I got another, we'll at the top of the next hour, I want to go into something about Mark Ingram that I think will be illuminating.
You're going to have to wait because we're going to have Blake Dean coming up.
Well,
top of the
whenever.
hour. Yeah.
Some point, second hour.
Second hour. We'll also talk Pelicans hour number 2 as well. So, Adrian Peterson, F. Too bad, all of you people. I make the grades. I'm the teacher here. Sports 1280,
Dino.
NOLA.com, the iHeartRadio app. We're Dunc Holder.